What can I say? I'm Nina motherfucking Blanco. Hello! Welcome to episode 6. Are we at episode 6 or is this 7? I feel like this is 7. Episode 7, we're going to call it, of the Nina Blanco podcast. Let's get straight into our favorite time. It's Breakfast Burrito Friday! You know what it is. It's Breakfast Burrito Friday! Get your burrito! Get your breakfast burrito! It's Breakfast Burrito Friday! Get your breakfast burrito! It's Breakfast Burrito Friday! Happy Breakfast Burrito Friday. I hope you are celebrating wherever you are by getting yourself a breakfast burrito today because you made it to Friday, you made it through the work week, you made it to the weekend, and you deserve it, baby! So get yourself a breakfast burrito to celebrate yourself. Welcome to the Nina Blanco podcast. Let's talk Galentine's Day really quick because I started Galentine's Day with the relaunch of season 3 last week, and oh my gosh! It's like I've been doing this. We're on the 3rd year now, right? And I've done it every February for the last 3 Februaries. And I'm on the 3rd year. And I talked about in the last episode how I almost didn't do it this year because I just wasn't sure what the turnout was going to be. I didn't know how collecting donations was going to go. I know a lot of people are out there struggling, but I'm so glad that I did it because you guys are amazing. I mean, all of my friends, our listeners on the podcast, people who follow on Instagram, people are just so amazing. And I'm so glad that I ended up doing Galentine's Day this year because we're like 1 week into it and we're already halfway to my goal, which is incredible. So I didn't initially put a number on it because I wasn't 100% sure. So last year, I know that the donations were a little bit slower, and so my goal was to get $1,000, and I made just above that. It was like $1,000 and like $1,035, and so I was so glad to make that, and we still made the baskets happen, and it was awesome. And so this year, just because it was a little bit of a struggle with only that $1,000, and only that $1,000, but because it was a little bit of a struggle to get all these different items for the 25 baskets for the 25 women staying at the Volunteers of America Irving Street Women's Residence, I was like, I need to up the goal just a little bit. So I'm upping it by $200. So the goal is to raise $1,200 to really make these baskets just shine, make sure we get all the essentials, we get the first aid, to get some feminine hygiene products. I will say that that's probably like the most expensive part. The first year that I did this, the response was overwhelming and I had a ton of money to go out shopping. I was able to go to Walmart, which that is pricier than the Dollar Tree, right? And I went to Walmart and I actually bought boxes of tampons and like liner pads and some just regular pads for feminine hygiene products. And it was so expensive. I mean, tampons and everything like that, they are very expensive. And so the second year I wasn't able to quite match that in terms of providing feminine hygiene products for these women, but I was able, Dollar Tree does have tampons and pads. It's smaller quantities and like thinner quantities, but they still had them, so I was still able to include it. But this year I really am hoping if we can up that just a little bit, the goal to $1,200. You know, let's get them some pads, let's get them some tampons. It's hard out there. We got to deal with this every freaking month, right? So it's helpful to have like a box of something, especially when you're in that situation in a shelter or a residence and people are struggling out there. So it's just really awesome. Thank you guys so much for showing up for Galentine's Day. We are about halfway to that $1,200 goal, and that's just amazing. And of course, I'm recording this podcast a couple days before it's coming out, and so I'm hoping by Friday I will at least be at that halfway mark and beyond and above that. So keep it going. Let your friends know. Tell someone about it. If you share it on social media, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I always try to reshare your share and just show you some love and appreciation for doing that, but it really is important to do that. So if you want to donate, you want to be part of it, but maybe the finances, it's not there, that is okay. It's okay. I swear it's okay. Just if you can, just share it. That is half the battle. Share it, and maybe someone is able to donate. I mean, that had happened the first year that we did Galentine's Day. I had just a lot of friends and people that I knew step up to help me do this, which was awesome with their donations. And a lot of those same people returned for donations in the second year and even the third year. I've seen so many familiar names, and it just makes me smile every single time. But in the second year, last year, I remember someone had shared, they weren't able to financially donate. And I was like, dude, that's totally okay. But they shared on Facebook what I was doing. And next thing I know, I had someone with their same last name, but someone that I don't know. I have no idea who this person is personally, but they saw that their friend or their loved one shared it, and they were like, yeah, let me donate like $10-15, and I got a donation from that. And so it really does work. Spread the word, share with someone, tell a friend, tell your family, tell a mom, someone. And yeah, that financial donations, they go a long way. So thank you so much. I'm keeping track of everything. I'm trying to post each day that I have donations, and thank you. So you're making this work. I'm so excited for this year. I can't wait to see what our total is going to be. I can't wait to do the shopping. I can't wait to deliver the baskets on Galentine's Day. It just puts such a smile on my face that we were able to do this together. So thank you. And along with Galentine's Day, of course, I have teamed up with my friend Bex of the Tu Tia Bruja podcast for her class. It is going to be in Denver, Colorado. It's called Elevated Witch. It's going to be at the MJ Mansion, and she is giving you a discount code to her class if you donate to Galentine's Day. So if you donate to Galentine's Day, I'm keeping track of it. I'm keeping Bex up to date with it. You just DM either Bex or you can DM me. And I promise, no names out there. Some people are a little weird about that. It is marijuana, but that's totally fine. No one's gonna know, okay? So if you donate and then you just send me a DM and say, hey, what's that discount code? I'm interested in the class. It is in person in Denver, or it is virtual. It's virtual anywhere, from anywhere. So anyone can take this class. I am going to be in attendance. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for it. It is going to be February 11th, and it's going to be at the MJ Mansion or virtual online, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I hope a couple people do join us in this class, even if it is virtually. So if you're interested in that, I do have the link to buy tickets to Bex's class, Elevated Witch. It's on my link tree on all of my social profiles, so you can go and check that out. Link in bio, that whole thing. You know what it is, and it's going to be a great time. So I really do hope that you're able to join us, whether it's virtually or in person. So go check out the ticket info. And then if you've donated to Galentine's Day and you would like that code for 25% off, I know I said on the podcast last week it was going to be 20% off, and that was the original plan. But Bex came back to me and she's like, wait, you're giving away 25 baskets. Let's do 25% off for this discount code. It just feels right. And I just love her so much for that. So thank you, Bex. So if you want 25% off her class, Elevated Witch, virtually or in person, just DM us after you've made that donation to Galentine's Day. Okay, now let's get into some fun stuff. How exciting is this? So it's been a while, actually. This isn't new by any means, but I will say The 90s are back, baby! Yeah! So I've been waiting for this and I'm so excited about it. I love that the 90s are back. Like they truly are in so many different ways. Like 90s and 2000s Y2K. I'm talking like fashion, how people are dressing and styling themselves, even their hair, like the whole center part thing. If you're watching on YouTube, I kind of dressed up a little bit extra 90s today with like the choker. I'm wearing like a velvet shirt and I freaking love it. I mean, I was a 90s baby through and through. I was born literally in 1990 and I just adored the 90s and everything that came with it. I mean, the music, the pop culture, I'm talking like blow up furniture for Y2K, chokers, butterfly clips. I never thought in my life I would need to buy butterfly clips again, but here I am. We're gonna have to buy some butterfly clips. And I still remember how like my cousins would do my hair and they would kind of take a section of hair down the middle and then they would twist it and then they'd put a butterfly clip and then you do that all around like the crown of your head and you have this like basically this butterfly clip pinned back hairstyle headband type of situation. So good, so 90s, so 2000s, and it's totally back. I love it so much. So I'm gonna have to do that hairstyle again sometime because I like have distinct memories of my cousins doing my hair for me and doing it in that style, and I freaking loved it. And my mom hated it because she hated doing it because she wasn't good at it, but I wanted it all the time. And yeah, it was so awesome. So I just love that the 90s are back, and included in that is even like the music now. I mean, a lot of artists are taking samples from songs in the 90s, songs in the 2000s. I mean, you've heard them all over the radio, and they take these samples from these songs that we loved, and now they threw them in these new songs, threw some new lyrics over it, maybe changed the beat up just a little bit, but it is so good and it's so nostalgic and I love it. And I was thinking to myself, like why? Like, of course everything comes back around and you hear of that and like, okay, maybe it's just time for everything to come back around for the 90s and for the 2000s. But I think there is a deeper meaning behind the 90s and 2000s coming back right now. I think because it is nostalgic, and I think because the world sucks right now. If I'm being honest, that's why. It's because we all remember the good times that we had when we were kids, when we were teens, and it was very free-spirited, not a care in the world. We didn't have to pay these taxes. Oh my gosh. Have you seen this? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked right now, but I'm talking about taxes real quick. So have you seen on TikTok? I've been on TikTok a whole lot more lately. On TikTok, everyone is freaking out about taxes this year because there was some like 2017 Trump tax bill that went through and it's finally like, I don't know, finally hitting us, and apparently it's really bad. And a lot of people are owing on their taxes this year. And actually, the boy and I he does our taxes. I'm like, I'll take it to H&R Block. I'm not doing it. But he's like, no, I'll do it. I know how to do it. And I'm like, okay, go for it, babes. And so he did our taxes the other day, and we owe. He's like, I've never owed before in my life. I'm like, me either. Why do we owe? And I remember seeing these TikToks and I'm like, we're going to have to look into some stuff. We didn't file it yet, but we got that approximate number and it's like not a small number that we owe. And I'm like, we don't make that much money. We don't make that much money. In the last podcast, I talked about how I was struggling financially. We don't make that much freaking money. Why do we owe this much money? Thousands, more than thousands that we owe in our taxes supposedly this year. So we're going to take a double look at it. And I don't know, man, but taxes are crazy this year. I don't understand it 100%. And this is also like partially my fault because I need to be more involved in politics and understand what the heck like is going on. But apparently it has something to do with that and it's bad. And everyone owes on their taxes this year. So like, cool. I guess we're going to have to do that, I guess. So we'll see. But yeah, the 90s, they are definitely back. The 2000s, they are definitely back. And I just love it. All the Gen Zers like, oh my God, I would have loved to have lived during Y2K and the 2000s and blah, 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 blah. So that's like they're bringing back the styling and everything on it, which is cool. I like the 90s style. Of course, like I grew up with it, and now that it is back, I get to have more fun with it as an adult, because at the same time, as a kid, you're seeing Britney Spears and all these pop stars like wearing these really cool outfits, and we had all those like computer games where you can dress up the Barbie or dress up the girl in different outfits, and a lot of the time they were styled to the times, of course, and you would just dress up these slutty hoes in their 90s outfits. When I'm like 12 and I'm like, ooh, that's cute. She could go to the club in that, knowing nothing about clubbing and stuff like that. But now that I'm an adult and the style is back, I am fucking living. I love it so much. So I'm very happy that the 90s and 2000s and Y2K style is back. I am all about it, because I don't have that much extra money to spend, but I have some money to spend, and I can dress my own way. My mom's not going to yell at me if my titties is hanging out a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'm very happy about it. I love it a lot. On top of that, I talked about the music and everything else kind of coming back. You know what else is coming back? Woo! Feuds. Feuds in the music industry. They are coming back. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. Let's just do it. Should I play? Hold on, let me play it. Let's get into it. Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. They have this huge feud right now. I am living for it. I love it. All last weekend, after I released the podcast and all this stuff started happening, because Megan Thee Stallion released a song and it had like one diss line. Maybe there was more that I just maybe missed, but basically one major diss line from Nicki Minaj and her husband, and Nicki Minaj went freaking crazy. But Megan Thee Stallion released it on Friday. Nicki Minaj was going live. She was like tweeting hours after the song came out, and then she was on Instagram Live. I think that was on Saturday, and she's just like going nuts over it. And it's like, Nicki Minaj, what are you doing? And then I saw this TikTok is going around. This girl is like, I wish Nicki Minaj knew she was Nicki Minaj. Like, she doesn't have to react that way to Megan Thee Stallion saying one thing about her man. Like, you're Nicki Minaj. What are you doing? Why are you on Instagram Live freaking out like this? And if you haven't seen the Instagram Live, ooh, child, it was bad. And a lot of people are like now speculating that like Nicki Minaj, oh, she's on drugs. That's what that was, blah, 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 blah. And whether it is or it isn't, either way, Nicki Minaj's reaction to Megan Thee Stallion releasing this like one line in her song, she freaked out, dude. She freaked out. So on her Instagram Live, she's not even like facing the camera towards her. She's like facing the camera like away. It was like outside patio or something like that. And she's just talking, and she's just like kind of like mumbling, and she's talking like, this fucking bitch, and you can't talk shit, and da 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 da. And then she starts coming out with obviously some of these lyrics that she's been writing up about Megan Thee Stallion, about like big foot, you fragment foot, you got a fragment bullet fragment in your foot, and like talking about how she's Bigfoot and all this stuff, because of course Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot by Tory Lanez and that whole situation. I'm like, dude, Nicki, why are you like, what? Like, this man hurt this woman. He's currently in jail for it. Like, why are you even making fun of her for that? Like, that's stupid. And then Nicki, she went way too low. She went way too low. Like, there's not really rules when it comes to this, but there's a little bit of rules when it comes to this, because Nicki Minaj then started rapping and coming up with this little like chant about Megan Thee Stallion's mother who passed away. And I'm not even going to repeat it, because I'm not going to lie, it's in her song, in her new diss song that she finally released about Megan Thee Stallion. But like, it's a little bit catchy because it's Nicki Minaj and the way she says it and stuff. But it's so disrespectful. It is so disrespectful. So I'm not even gonna repeat it. It's so messed up. But she's talking about Megan Thee Stallion and her dead mom, and I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And then of course I'm on TikTok, and so many TikToks about it, and I was just living for it. And people are like, if Megan Thee Stallion were to ever say anything about Nicki Minaj's father, who is deceased, it would be done. Like, we would be donezo. Nicki Minaj would have a full freaking breakdown, like literally try to murder Megan Thee Stallion, I'm sure. Like, I'm sure of it. And so it's just crazy that Nicki Minaj went there. It's so wrong. It's messed up, dude. And like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hate on Nicki Minaj right now. I'm really not, because at the same time, like I grew up with her. All right. Like, Nicki Minaj, since she first came out on the spot, it was all Nicki. It was Queen Nicki. She earned her place. She definitely earned her rep as like the queen of rap for sure. But what I will say is the queen's reign always comes to an end, doesn't it? It sure does. Sure does. So I don't know, Nicki, like, girl, it's okay. And like, you can be the queen of rap, and you can also like support other upcoming rappers. And she claims that she does, because she does do a lot of like songs. She'll do a line or a lyric or something on other people's songs, and a lot of like young rappers that are first coming out onto the scene. But once they make it big time, it seems that she does not mess with these people. She does not go back to it. So it's like, sure, she's there in the beginning so that she can say, oh, I helped you. I made you who you are. But then later on, she's got a feud with them, and she's always got to be beefing with someone. And it's like, Nicki, why can't you support other women? Why can't you support other black women? Like, what are you doing? So I don't know. On one hand, like, I love the drama. On the other hand, girl, get it together. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see her do this to herself. She's giving herself such a bad rep. Even her fans, even her Nicki, like, stan fans, like the Barbs, right? They are like, the Nicki Minaj diss song that she released on the Sunday after Megan Thee Stallion released her thing was, first of all about Megan Thee Stallion. And Nicki's like, it's not a diss song. It's not about Meg. Da-da-da-da-da. You're literally calling her Bigfoot, talking about getting shot in the foot and her dead mother. Who else would it be about? What are you talking about? You thoroughly wrote this about Megan because you were pissed and you were mad and you felt like you needed to release something. And then she's basically, the whole song is repeating what she was saying on that Instagram live. So it was like, you've really been thinking about this, Nicki. Like, what are you doing? You are Nicki Minaj. You do not need to do this. And so just the fact that she's kind of spiraling is like, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. But I love the drama, and I am Team Meg. I'm not gonna lie. I love Megan Thee Stallion. I've always loved Megan Thee Stallion. I've been listening to her a lot lately. And I told the boy all about this feud. I was like, do you want to know about Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj? She's like, no. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to tell you. Here's what's going on. And he's like, ugh. But yeah, Team Meg all the way. It is weird how Nicki is reacting. And I don't know, all the accusations with her being on drugs and stuff like that. I'm not going to touch that. But Nicki should not be acting the way that she's acting, because she is simply Nicki Minaj. And it's like, girl, how do you not realize that? But anyway, let's get into some more celebrity news. I want to talk about TNT real quick. And all the true Swifties know what TNT is. Okay, so Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Listen, I'm just going to say it just because I know I already mentioned them, and half the audience is going to be like, I'm sick of this. Listen, bitch, if you're a hater on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, there is no reason outside of the fact that you're just a hater, straight up, because they are so cute. I am so obsessed. I truly think that their relationship is real. I think they are in love. Everyone's like, oh my God, they heard the mic whenever Kansas City won last week. They heard on the mic that Travis told Taylor he loves her. Oh my God, I can't believe he said yeah, how long have they been dating now? The boy, I'm pretty sure he told me he loved me for the first time. It was 3 months of us seeing each other. So that's okay. Let them be in love. Stop acting so shocked and oh my God. But I love them so much. I truly do. I love them a lot. At first, I was the same as everyone else. Everyone's talking about this way too much. But as their relationship has progressed, now Travis Kelce is going into the Super Bowl. That is exciting. And Taylor Swift is going to be there all along the way. Hopefully, probably, that whole Japan leg of her tour is kind of in the middle of things. But I truly think she'll figure it out. She has a private jet. It'll be fine. Even if she shows up late, she's still going to get there. But I am obsessed with them. And the reason why they are called TNT, so Taylor Swift was wearing a bunch of jewelry at the last Kansas City game where they won over the Ravens. And she was wearing a bunch of jewelry. And of course, all the Swifties are like decoding everything. And so they found that she was wearing a bracelet and it had the initials TNT. People obviously think that stands for Taylor and Travis or vice versa. I don't know what they do in their relationship. I personally love to put Taylor's name first. And beyond that, she had a couple other things. She had a ring with his like jersey number on it. It was really cute. And some earrings and a necklace and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how cute. She is supporting her mans. How exciting. And then she was like, when they won that game, and they had that on-field celebration afterwards, she was quoted saying, I'd never seen anything like that before, experienced anything like that before. And people are like, girl, try going to an Eras tour concert. Like, crazy, right? So Taylor Swift, I just think it's really cute. And I think that she found someone on her level. Fucking finally, man. I mean, it's Taylor Swift. She is well known around the world. She is one of the biggest pop stars of this generation. She has been around for a long time now. What, her first single, the very first time, I remember the first time I heard Taylor Swift. I heard Taylor Swift in Italy. I went on a Italy trip in high school. It was between my junior and senior year, and I went with my choir. I was in choir, and so the choir and band, we took this huge trip to Italy. It was amazing. And the first time I heard Taylor Swift, because this girl who was in choir with me was like obsessed, and she had her one single on her iPod going over and over and over again, and would play it all the time. And that's where I heard Taylor Swift for the very first time, and that was in like summer of 2007. Taylor Swift has been around for a long time. She deserves everything she has, all of her fame. I don't care if you're tired of hearing about her. It's like, this is it. She is here to stay. We're going to be hearing about Taylor Swift probably for the rest of our lives. Like, I would bet money on that. But yes, Taylor Swift is going to be around for the rest of our lives. We are always going to hear about her. She is always going to be famous from here on out. That she is Taylor Swift. So get over it. And I'm so happy that she found her happy in Travis. At least it seems so. I have high hopes for their relationship. I hope they get married. I hope they have children. Like, I just want them to live their lives together. Truly, 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 truly do. And she finally found someone on her level. She's this huge pop star. He's huge in the NFL. He's huge just in general. He's huge in general, probably. Anyway. Oh my God, inappropriate. Anyway, I just think she found someone who's finally on her level because he's just amazing at what he does. She is amazing at what she does, and their fandom together, and now they are together in a relationship, and it's just really awesome to see. So I love seeing her happy. I think he does make her happy. I hope he treats her well. I mean, we don't really know. You know, we only see what's on the outside, and they've been together for a while now, but we truly don't really even know. I just hope so. I like them together. And again, I think that she found someone who's finally on her level. So get it, girl. So much like Taylor Swift, in my theory of the fact that we're going to be talking about her forever and she's always going to be famous, another one of those names is Britney motherfucking Spears, bitch. So Britney Spears, she's always going to be around. I truly do think that. Even through her conservatorship, when she was not doing a lot and her whole life was taken under control, to now where she's free out of her conservatorship and she's trying to kind of take a step back, but she's still posting on social media. People still want to know what she's doing. People are hoping one day she'll go back to music, even though she said she wasn't going to, and that was slightly heartbreaking, but we will see. And beyond that, I was so surprised that along with the 90s being back, let's bring back Britney and Justin. Yeah, let's talk about that. Not in a romantic way, because they are not probably ever going to get back together romantically, which we're all fine with that. But they might go back to like at least being friends, acquaintances. I don't know. It's too early to say right now. Hello? Okay. Are you wondering why I'm not screaming my head off about this right now? That is because I recorded this shit on Tuesday. okay? This episode's coming out on Friday. I record my episodes on Tuesdays, and I was just editing right now. It is Thursday, and we have a fucking update to talk about, clearly. So I needed to hop back on. I needed to re-record some stuff talking about Britney and Justin, because obviously we have had some updates, and I need to talk about them. I am also, let me warn you right now, I am also half wine drunk, because again, I was editing my original video, and as I was editing, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to update this. We gotta talk about it. So hang on to your panties. Before we get into my rage, we are gonna go back to what I originally recorded, because I did a really fantastic job talking about this, initially setting up the story, what had happened already. And once we get to the point where we are updated where we're at right now, and I'll probably have a little bit more wine at that point, then we're going to talk about the fucking update. So we're going to go back to past Nina. Go ahead, you sexy ass bitch. Last Friday, Justin Timberlake released a new single. It is called Selfish. And I wholeheartedly believe that, remember all the hype last fall? It was last fall, before Britney's book came out, all the hype surrounding NSYNC. They were at whatever award show. They all presented together. Taylor Swift was like, are you guys getting back together? And they're like, I can't say anything. It was a whole freaking thing. And then that shit died down after Britney's book came out, because of course everything with Justin, and she talked about her experience, and she talked about the abobo, and she talked about Justin being kind of a douchebag and playing the guitar for her while she's laying in pain on the bathroom floor. And people are like, no, Justin, that's not cool. What the hell are you doing? And then there was a lot of hate to Justin. And I truly believe that when all of that kind of was happening, that's when Justin was going to release the single. I really think that this single, Selfish, was supposed to come out last fall, last winter, and it didn't because of all the Britney book stuff that happened. So now, months later, some of it has died down, and he is trying again. So I think that's why he is now releasing this single. He released the single last Friday. I listened to it. It is basically about his wife, and he's selfish because he just wants to love her and have her out of himself and blah, blah, blah. It's a love song, and he's selfish, right? And so I love that the Britney fans don't mess around. And all last weekend, instead of streaming his song called Selfish, they streamed a 13-year-old Britney Spears song that she had titled Selfish way back in the day. And they brought that all the way up on the charts. And that way, Justin Timberlake's Selfish is right there next to Britney Spears' Selfish. And I think at one point, Britney's song even went #1 above Justin's. Oh my gosh, the amount of trolling. That's so funny, actually. It's so funny. And I was dying. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to talk about that on the podcast. And then I saw the other day that Britney Spears posted something about Justin Timberlake and his new single and like supporting him. And I was like jaw dropped. I'm like, what is this? What is this? And so let me find the post. Let me see if it's still up even. Nope, she took it down. Let me find it on the internet. She put a post up about Justin Timberlake on freaking Instagram. She said, I want to apologize for some of the things I wrote about in my book. If I offended any of the people I genuinely care about, I am deeply sorry. Then she praised Justin Timberlake being on Jimmy Fallon, saying she always laughs and they're always so funny when they do that kind of stuff together. And she said, I also wanted to say I am in love with Justin Timberlake's new song, Selfish. It is so good. P.S. Sanctified is wow too. And so she's like praising his new music, basically issued an apology about writing about Justin in the book, which honey, no, do not apologize for writing about what you experienced in your own book about your own life. That is what it is. And I had a conversation with a boy about this, and I told him about the whole Britney Spears abortion, Justin Timberlake playing the guitar, the whole thing. I told him about the whole situation, and he's like, oh, so people hate Justin Timberlake for being an 18-year-old kid and making a mistake? And I was like, first of all, do not come at me, bro. Don't be trying to defend what Justin Timberlake did. It was still a shitty thing to do. And yes, Britney also agreed it was for the best that they terminate that pregnancy. But the fact that it did still happen, and then the whole thing with Justin Timberlake releasing his solo career, basically blaming Britney for the breakup, which they hadn't spoken about, and everyone was wondering why they broke up in the first place, blaming her, saying she cheated when he had cheated all these times, and da-da-da-da-da in the book. And he was like, okay, I didn't know all of that. And I was like, that's right. But anyway, it is just crazy that Britney Spears felt the need to apologize. I think that is public pressure, and it's actually kind of sad that she felt the need to apologize. I think that maybe she was apologizing for the first time, potentially, to Justin via Instagram, in that, saying like, hey, once upon a time I deeply cared and loved you, and I'll maybe still always have love for you as like my first love, but I'm sorry that I put all of our stuff out there on blast, and I'm sorry that caused you to get so much hate. So I think that's kind of where that apology was. I hope that she wasn't apologizing that she did speak her truth, because I think it's important that she put that out there if she wanted it out there, and she did. So I don't think there's any reason for her to apologize for that. That being said, look at how much Britney has grown. Britney could be the biggest bitch about all of this. She could be raging mad, getting revenge, putting it all out there, dragging Justin, encouraging her fans to troll him. She could be doing all of that if she wanted to. But instead, she apologized to him and praised his new stuff, so that maybe, I think, the trolling on her fans' end would stop. And that's her way of telling her fans, hey, not cool, without having to tell her fans, hey, not freaking cool. I think that was her way of just letting them know, like, hi, in a nice way, please stop doing that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It was just, I was so shocked that she did it in the first place, but the way that she did it, I was like, ooh, we love a mature queen. Look at you, graceful. I see you, Britney. Like, I'm proud of you. I was very proud at the same time of that post and for her to do. So Britney Spears throwing out the olive branch to Justin Timberlake. And I don't know. I wonder. We know now Justin Timberlake took that olive branch, threw it on the ground, and shitted on it. Okay, I'm going to try to not scream at you on this podcast because, again, I'm very thankful that you guys are all listening to this podcast. But I'm pissed, y'all. I am pissed. And again, I'm half wine drunk, so, you know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's talk about this. Here's the update. Britney Spears posted that apology, which she didn't need to apologize for. And then she also praised his new shit to, again, be the responsible person that we always knew that she could be. Fuck that conservatorship. And that's where she left it. But then Justin Timberlake. Oh, goddamn Justin Timberlake. So Britney Spears posted that apology on Sunday. Let's go ahead, put a timeline out there. She posted that apology on Sunday. Here comes Wednesday. Justin Timberlake, obviously, he's trying to relaunch his bum-ass career, whatever, and he's doing all this promo for new music. He was on SNL. He has 2 songs out right now, and he's performing on these random pop-up shows all over the place, okay? So he's performing at these random pop-ups. There was a pop-up on Wednesday night. At said pop-up on Wednesday, I believe in New York, in front of this crowd as he was finishing up one song, transitioning into another song, and that other song was going to be Cry Me a River, which, as I explained, when he released that song, he was going solo for the first time, and he blamed his entire very public breakup with Britney Spears on Britney as if she cheated on him first. And yes, cheating is wrong. We shouldn't be cheating. No one should be cheating. It shouldn't really matter who did first or afterwards or whatever. But Justin actually was banging all of his little groupies straight off the tour bus when Britney Spears made out one time with her choreographer that she's known for years. I feel like that is different. So whatever. He goes into Cry Me a River, right? And right before he starts singing Cry Me a River, he says to the crowd, actually, you know what? Let's just play it. Go ahead, Justin.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Excuse me, sir? You apologize to fucking no one? Now the theories are swirling. Let's go ahead. Let's go through all the theories. Okay, so he says, I just want to apologize to fucking no one, meaning that he's taking back his previous apology that he had issued to both Britney Spears and Janet Jackson. We're going to keep Janet out of this for now, okay? There's no reason to really throw her into it. People are like, oh, he anti-apologized. He took back his apology from Janet Jackson. We're going to leave her out of it for now, okay? At least on the Nina Blanco podcast, we're going to leave Janet out of this. So we're saying that Justin took back his apology to Britney Spears. Like I said in my theory, I think he is pissed off that he was supposed to launch this single, his new album, his upcoming tour, whatever the fuck. He was supposed to do that in the fall. And because of the Britney book, he's all butthurt and pissed that he had to push things until the end of January, February. And now here we are. And he's acting like this? Come on, Justin! So Justin does that. He says that. That video goes viral. It's all over the place right now. Yes. And I responded to it. I did a whole TikTok. I did an Instagram. Like, I'm beating him up. Whatever. Because I'm pissed. That is beyond, Justin. Like, Britney was trying to throw you the fucking olive branch to be like cool with you. She knows her fans were trolling, and they were trolling. And you got so mad and butthurt when you have been in this industry for so long and should at least have some sympathy, not even sympathy, but should just know better that yes, the fans are gonna fucking troll, man. And they trolled you, okay? But the fact that Britney issued that apology and that is your response? Are you kidding me? Are you actually trying to just go ahead and cancel yourself for 2024? You decided, never mind, I actually don't want to do this, and this is why? Like, what are you doing? Bitch, no one wanted your crusty ass single anyway, okay? Your single sucks. Second of all, no one wanted you. No one wanted your next solo album. No one fucking asked for that. We asked for NSYNC, bitch. Get the band back together. We don't want their backup vocals. We don't want them on some random Trolls song because Trolls is your baby or whatever, and you helped launch that. No one wants Trolls. No one wants you. We want NSYNC, bitch. But now that you pulled this shit off, you're lucky if the rest of the guys will band together to save your ass from this shit, okay? I'm excited if in the future we get the potential for NSYNC to reunite. That would be fantastic. That would be amazing. But you know what else? I would be okay, bitch, if you missed out on a couple tour dates. I would be okay with that. Okay, we're here for the rest of the guys, for the nostalgia. We want NSYNC back for sure. But right now with you, what are you doing? What you're doing right now? Ah! It's driving me crazy. Okay, wait, hold on. I have another theory as to like what happened, why he did this, because I don't think this was part of the plan. Again, I think his plan was a little bit spoiled in the fall by the Britney book. He had to push everything to now, but I also think that what he did, his response to shitting on Britney, I don't think that was the plan. Here's what happened. This is my theory. This is a theory, okay? This is my theory. I think Mr. Timberlake had a little bit too much fun that night. I think he had a little bit too much whiskey. He had a little bit too much alcohol, just like I'm having right now, and I am blurting everything out, but you know what? It is what it is, bitch. So here's what happened. Justin got a little bit drunky that night, and he said that because on the inside, that's how he truly feels. And it's okay to feel that, Justin. It is okay to feel that. It is hard. It's hard to be a celebrity. It's hard to get criticism. It's hard to get trolled in the way that you got trolled. Okay, I understand that. So I understand a little bit the animosity. I understand a little bit the anger. And I think that he got a little bit too much drunk and he let it all come out in that comment at the concert. And now everything is spiraling. And I also think that Justin's PR team or Justin himself realized the second that he did it, he fucked up. And this was going to be the exact reaction because Thank goodness for TMZ. Shit, they keep me up to date with everything. Because Jessica Biel, his wife, put up this post like after this happened live in New York, right? She put up this post just after it happened, just before it went viral, meaning that Justin and his team knew that this shit was gonna blow up, and maybe he just blurted it out because of the drunkenness or the anger or whatever the fuck. And they immediately ran to his wife to potentially save him, because when this happened, moments after it happened and moments before it went viral, Jessica Biel posts this mushy, gushy, oh my God, my husband is amazing. Oh my God, I love him so much. He is so incredible. And I think that was a PR stunt. I think they knew that this shit was going to go viral. They knew he was going to be even more shitted on and this whole thing was going to blow up. And they went to his wife to try to save his image, to please put up a post of your husband, how much you love him, how great he is, how hardworking he is, yada, 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 fucking yada. And I think that's what they tried to do. I'm serious. I mean, think about it. And I think that okay. I'm trying to reel it in. I'm trying, because for the actual Justin Timberlake fans, I'm trying for you to understand what the fuck is going on. But I think that's what happened. Is he let the anger get his best of him? The alcohol got to him, whatever it was, and he just blurted that shit out, and he shouldn't have, but it was his true feelings. And again, it is okay to have those feelings, Justin, but you can't let your truth, you can't, I don't know. I feel very contradicted, because I'm like, oh yeah, speak your truth, that's great, blah, 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 whatever. But Justin was a fucking tool bag. And yes, the boy said oh, he was 18 years old and you're gonna shit on a teenager who doesn't know it. But it's not cool. It's not cool to be a douchebag and then you still get everything thrown at you. Oh, with your career and everything. He got off scot-free for so long. And Britney had to fucking suffer. And I'm just so mad. I'm so mad. I am irrational right now and I don't know how to feel about it. And no, I know exactly how to feel about it. I'm fucking mad, dude. What are you doing? Justin, sit the fuck down. I'm gonna stop. But Justin, sit down. Oh my gosh. I got it out. They're not gonna be friends, obviously. But outside of that, I don't know. Oh my God, I didn't talk about the Britney post. Britney responded to Justin's bitch ass. Britney responded right away. Good for you, girl. Because like I said, in the OG past Nina, she was talking about it. Britney was trying to be all nice and blah, 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 blah. But she could have been a bitch. And you know what? Britney was a fucking bitch after he pulled this shit. She was, and I love her for it. So she posted on Instagram again, and this one she didn't delete. It's still up there. But she posted on Instagram again a picture of a moon kind of going through a basketball hoop, but it had to do with basketball. And in the Britney book, okay, so in the Britney book, she talked about how they did some celebrity basketball game. She and Justin were there and she kicked his ass. She showed him up because she grew up playing basketball. She loves basketball. She's a basketball player. She's actually good at it. She loves her some fucking basketball. And so during this celebrity game, she kicked Justin's ass and she kind of embarrassed him a little bit. And this is while they were still good and while they were still dating way back in the day. And Justin Timberlake supposedly went home and literally cried to his mother because he could not handle the fact that his girlfriend was better at him at a sport. What a weak little man. Anyway, Britney Spears brought this back up and she posted a photo of a moon going through a basketball hoop and she wrote this whole thing. Let's find the post. Hold on. I love that it's still up. She said, someone told me someone was talking shit about me on the streets. Do you want to bring it to the court or will you go home crying to your mom like you did last time? I'm not sorry. Hell yeah, bitch. Don't be sorry. You got nothing to be sorry about. She tried, man. She tried. And Justin, like I said, he took that olive branch, threw it on the fucking ground, and he shitted on it. So you know what? We're gonna shit back on you. Let's shit back on you, Justin Timberlake. Not fucking cool, man. Not cool. He had such a huge opportunity to take that olive branch and to help him do what he's trying to do with his solo shit and whatever new album and whatever new fucking tour and the singles, whatever. And he had such a huge opportunity to be the hero, and motherfucker's the villain. Ain't that just like a fucking man? Sorry, again, I'm half drunk and I'm just like angry right now and I'm just yelling at men in general, but I'm really just yelling at Justin Timberlake. So anyway, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Okay, we're gonna go back. This episode's almost over. It's fine. Hang in there. We're gonna go back. Well, that does it for me. We'll play the Breakfast Burrito Friday song one more time. Make sure to get your Galentine's Day donation in. If you are thinking about it, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, at the Nina Blanco across all 3 channels. That's how you can donate. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I am available at the Nina Blanco. And if you're going to donate, just search it at the Nina Blanco. Thank you so much. Breakfast Burrito Friday. You know what it is. It's Breakfast Burrito Friday! Friday! Get your burrito! Get your breakfast burrito! It's Breakfast Burrito Friday! Get your breakfast burrito! It's Breakfast Burrito Friday! Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for supporting in Galentine's Day. I love you so much. Bye.